Hello, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Now, the Black Stars failed to beat Uganda in their second friendly match of the March international break in Marrakesh earlier today. Now, Ghana settled for a draw at the end of the game, despite twice leading in the encounter through Jerome Opoku and Jordan Ayew. Here is a report of how the action unfolded.
Otuado made 5 changes to the starter lineup that played against Nigeria, with Ebenezer Annan, Dennis Odoi, Abu Francis, Abdul Fattah Isaaku and Jojo Wallacott coming into the team. Ghana started on a strong foot and created chances, with Jordan Ayew the first to have a go at the Uganda goalkeeper. However, his shot from a free kick in close range was parried away. Crystal Palace forward went on to create the opening goal after his delivery from a corner kick was met by Jerome Opoku, who scored to break the deadlock in the 7th minute. It was the centre-back's first goal for the Black Stars since making his debut appearance last year. Ghana's joy was short-lived as Stephen Mukwala drew the Cranes leveled 14 minutes after the opening goal of the game. Annan had fouled his marker in the box and the Asante Kotoko forward stepped up to convert the resulting advantage to make it 1-1. Shortly after, the Black Stars won a penalty of their own through Odoi, who was fouled in the Ugandan box. Jordan Ayew took the responsibility and scored from the spot to restore Ghana's lead, making it 4 goals for him in his last 3 games for the national team. And as Nyama came close to adding a third before the break, but his effort just went over the crossbar as Ghana headed into the recess with a 2-1 lead. The return from the break saw very minimal chances from the two teams, but it was Uganda who looked dangerous anytime they surged forward. Wallacott was forced into a decent save in the 73rd minute after Ghana's defense fell asleep from a Uganda attack. The Cranes were finally rewarded for their efforts 8 minutes later as Wallacott's save from a header was not dealt with properly, with the opposition scoring from the rebound to make it 2-2. Despite a late attempt for the winner, none of the two teams could find the back of the net as the game ended in a stalemate. The result means Otuado's side failed to win a game during the March international break, having lost to Nigeria in their first friendly.
Away from that, let's turn attention to the African Games because the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, has been commending the efforts of the media in the successful organization of the 2023 African Games. Now, the Games was, for the first time, held in Ghana, raising expectations from the rest of the countries on the continent. An enthralling 3-week experience came to an end on Saturday, March 23rd, with a closing ceremony held at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. According to the minister, the role of both the local and international media was key to delivering an unforgettable experience to the rest of the world. He's been speaking at a press briefing organized to thank all stakeholders on the successful organization of the Games at the University of Ghana Stadium. There is more in this report.
After 3 weeks of fierce competition among 53 countries across 30 disciplines, the 13th edition of the African Games was wrapped up with a spectacular closing ceremony on Saturday at the University of Ghana Stadium. Ghana recorded a historic 69 medal tally comprising 19 gold, 29 silver and 20 bronze, with arm wrestling contributing 41, amounting to 60% of the country's total haul. At a media briefing at the University of Ghana Stadium On Monday, on the aftermath of the Games, Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustapha Yusuf, lauded Team Ghana and all stakeholders for what he described as an outstanding show of support and unity.
Number one, to congratulate Team Ghana, Chef de Mission, the athletes, the officials, the doctors, the local organizing committee, and everyone who made Team Ghana very successful. We are also here to thank you, the media, both local and international, for the outstanding coverage that you gave to us throughout the journey. And finally, to thank Ghana, the general public, for the support, the massive support that we had since we started this journey. Ghanaians have been very, very supportive.
On their parts, the athletes and coaches credited their performance to the immense show of support by the ministry and the Ghanaian public, while promising better outcomes in the future.
Media for all that they've been doing for us from the beginning and up to date. We thank them very much. And then to the minister himself for all the encouragement that he gave us, especially some of the specific boxes. He was instrumental in terms of how we get them into the team. And then Team Ghana, Nana and his team, as well as CDM himself, is always closer to us, and I can see he ginger us a lot.
I'm very grateful about the support for the All African Games 2024. Even though it's early season, I know most people couldn't, especially me, most of us couldn't perform our best because we are just out of indoor. But we still have long season, and we are still there for Ghana, and we are there to do for Ghana. Nobody should be depressed about what happened, and we are so happy to do more. Wait for more. Thank you.
Also at the event, each 19 gold medalists received a smartphone from one of the sponsors. Along with that, the sports ministry had promised that all gold medalists will receive $3,000, with silver and bronze medalists getting $2,000 and $1,000 respectively for the effort. Speaking on when these monies will hit the account of the athletes, Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports Evans Opoku-Bobie said it will be done as soon as possible.
Beginning of this press conference, you saw, I called a CDM. He has to forward all the list of all the medalists to us at the ministry. Then as a chair, my job was to put everything together and send it to the appropriate quarters for approval. Then once the money is approved, I can assure you each and every athlete will be paid what is due him, as you said. So you know, Ghana, if you work in the public sector, you don't just stand up and then go and pick money. It goes through a process. I am not the approval authority, so I cannot give you a time frame. My job is to gather the list, the figures, put the figures together, and then forward same to the appropriate quarters to secure approval. When I have gotten the approval, then I can be sure of telling you that today or tomorrow it will be paid. But I want to assure you and the general public and the athletes that their monies, their bonuses will be paid.
Meanwhile, chairman of the local organizing committee of the Games, Dr. Ofosu Asare, also called for collective responsibility to help maintain the facilities used for the Games to ensure that the over $195 million investment does not go to waste.
His Excellency Danko Akufo-Addo wants us to transform the facilities into a university of sport for development. So when the time comes, we will also ask for your support in assisting us build an excellent university of sport, not only in Ghana, but in Africa. It's going to be a unique one. The maintenance of the facilities that we have built under the leadership of President Nana Akufo-Addo is a responsibility of all Ghanaians. Please drum that home. It's a responsibility of what? All Ghanaians. The facilities are for all of us. So if you see anyone destroying it, please stand up to that person and challenge him.
Now, President of the Africa and Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation, Charles Osei Sebe, has urged the ministry to pay the athletes on time to avoid any problems. According to Mr. Sebe, whose discipline boosted Ghana's medal count as arm wrestling won 41 medals, he believes the athletes deserve to be rewarded for their performance and it should be done promptly. He also urged the government to help with the training centers where athletes can train and prepare for future tournaments adequately.
Next few days, the winnings will be paid. What has been done is that all the camp allowances are paid immediately you are done playing. I don't know about hockey if they have been paid, but for all the other games, princesses, satellites, the golden arms, everybody, soon as you are done participating, your camping allowance for the 2 weeks, 1,000 cedis a day, is paid instantly. Then you leave camp. Now, the arrangement they have is that the team will go and meet His Excellency, after which the winnings will be paid. So I hope and pray that this is done instantly so that the joy of these athletes is not just about the medals they have won, but very often they have complained about treatment, the way others are treated better than them. Others take more, this is less. What we must also know is that this is a multi-sport event. What it means is that you must pay every black satellite player $3,000. Every black sticks, golden sticks, $3,000 each. What it means is that you must pay the princesses $3,000 and every other person who won gold. So it's huge, but it cannot be compared to what the Black Stars take. So I agree with the last message. They must not. Our success in arm wrestling has come as a result of the academy we have.
I see.
The average player or the average puller at this championship is 18. And maybe when we talk deep, we have a plan. What I have said is that somebody sent a message to me that we won 19 medals, 19 silver medals. And these 19 silver medals could have been turned into gold. We won 19 silver medals. What it means is that we were in the finals 19 times. What is the reason for which we couldn't win gold? And if the average age of these athletes is 18, what it means is that Egypt 2027, 3 years from now, we should be able to adequately prepare these 19 athletes to turn the silver into gold. And it must come with a plan. We cannot sit here and wait till the next Africa Games and then we see whether we can conjure magic. We must, everybody who went to the finals, the boxers, the basketball team, the handball team, it's a good show. What we must do is to begin to prepare for 2027. And the preparation starts from now. For me at arm wrestling, we haven't told the story though, but I've heard people say, let's give OCSB a state honor. Not, I'm saying on joy. I don't need a state honor. I need a training center for the team. We have done this without a training facility. We have done this without nothing. All we need is not about Charles Osei-Sibe. Beyond Osei-Sibe, the legacy of arm wrestling must go on. All we need is a training center.
Well, that's Mr. Osei-Sibe that he was speaking on Sports Link with my colleague Nathaniel Attor. Now, some volunteers of the recently concluded African Games clashed with police personnel from the Ghana Police Service at the University of Ghana earlier today. Now, the altercation erupted when the police officers attempted to evacuate the volunteers from the Pentagon hostel following the end of the Games. Now, we understand the volunteers allege that officials have withheld their allowances amounting to some 2,000 Ghana cedis each, in addition to their promised transport fare of some 500 Ghana cedis. Now, they claim that the officials forcibly evacuated them from their hostels, prompting them to depart for their respective homes. Now, the volunteers claim that they were organized into various units such as protocol and ceremonies, transport accreditation, accommodation, crowd control, medical, logistics, and many others to help ensure the smooth organization of the Games. We'll follow up on that and bring you update on that very, very development. Now, the people of the University of Education, Winneba, are organizing a sports promotion and public relations program. Now, the event themed professionalism and interference in coaching will take place in the course of this month. Now, in studio with me is Dr. Richard Samuel Kwejo Nyako, Kwejo Ebiaraba, and lecturer at the University of Education, Winneba, and also Eric Ochiri, who is a level 300 student and the public relations officer of the event, and Arafat Abdul Salam, a level 300 sports coaching student and director of operations for the event. Guys, thanks so much for coming to the studio. I'm sure that's Doc in the middle.
Yes.
It's good to have you. And
good to have you too.
Arafat, great, and Eric. Great. Guys, welcome. But quickly, let's just talk about the event. Let me start with you, Doc, though. What's the rationale behind this event?
All right, so we have University of Education, and we have Faculty of Health, Allied Science, and Home Economics Education. And at that faculty, we have Department of Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Sports, where we train people to become teachers at the various senior high schools and colleges of education, and also train people to become coaches. And this is academic coaching, unlike the coaching that we do license, maybe 3 weeks, 1 month, then you are a coach. This one, we have diploma in sports coaching and degree in sports coaching. So it takes you like 4 years or 2 years for the diploma. And so this is what we do. And some of the courses that we do, for instance, we are training students to become coaches. But in this case, we train them to have knowledge in exercise science. We train them to have knowledge in sports psychology. We train them to have knowledge in sports administration and management. And so with this, we try to help them to get certain promotional skills and also how to do public relations work. And so a year has come and we have to do that. Students have to organize, and I, as the host lecturer, have to give them certain marks. And that is the basic reason for this program.
Amazing. It must be a really exciting exercise. And let me come to Arafat, though. So tell us, when is this event happening and who are the people you've been able to get to speak?
Okay, the event is happening on the 3rd of April 2024 at University of Education, Winneba North Campus. And the venue is the Jofes Anamwa Conference Hall. Okay, so we were able to get the GFA Vice President, Mr. Mark Ado, as our main guest speaker. We were also able to get Sadiq Adams, head of Angel FM Sports. We were able to get Larry Kingston, that is the under-17 national football coach. And I think the fourth speaker, yes, Dr. Prosper Ogum, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So those are our main speakers for the event.
It should be really interesting. You look at the panel over there. But let me come to you, Eric, though. So which kind of people can turn up for this event? Who can turn up for this event?
So this event is open to all. We don't have any specific because we are there to preach. I mean, we are there to let them be aware of what we do at UEW. So this event is open to all. So I mean, it's not limited to anybody.
And they don't have to pay anything. They don't have to pay anything.
No, of course. We have to promote it and then promote it well. So we are making it free for each and everyone just to come and have such an experience and then to have an interaction with this, these guest speakers.
Yeah, so, because, Doc, this alone could be a masterclass where people sometimes pay thousands of dollars to get certificates. You hear from some of these people, Vice President of the Ghana Football Association,
yes,
Dr. Prosper Ogum,
yes,
Sadiq Adam, seasoned journalist.
Yes.
These people, on a normal day, this would be a masterclass. Pay $1,000 and come and listen to them.
Yes, actually, the fact is that we teach them sports promotion and public relations. And the basic idea is that students should be able to organize an event, inviting all the big men around the circles where they are organizing. So, for instance, if you have a team or you have a club or an organization and you are the head of sports, our students are trained in such a way that they are not only going out there to be coaches, but they are trained to become football administrators or managers. They are trained to become exercise scientists. They are trained to become psychologists. And so when they go out there and they are given teams, they can assume that position. And if they don't have the people to take the other positions, they can train them. And so we want outside world to come and listen and hear and find out and see what is actually happening at UW, because I think that Ghana sports need some expertise touch or expert knowledge to be able to go high there. To be honest with you, most of our students and our past students were officials, athletes, and all that in the African Games that just ended 2 days ago.
I mean, amazing. Arafat, let's just wrap the conversation up. I mean, you are doing this, of course, to get marks, but ultimately you are looking to make great impact on the many people who turn up, isn't it?
Yes. You know, previously before joining University of Education Winneba, I was already coaching the Reformers basketball team. So I kind of like feel I know a lot about coaching. But when I got to UAW, I get to know coaching is a different business altogether, because we were taking through, as Doc was saying, the scientific aspects of the game, taking us through biomechanics, nutrition, and among others. So this is an opportunity. It's a part of the requirement as our lecturer for us to be able to organize this event, so that when we move to the world, we will be able to impact positively to the country.
Amazing. Eric, I think we're just about is it under 4 weeks to the event? How ready is your team? Is it ready? Are you ready?
We are ready. We are ready because we are still putting things together, and I would say we are almost 80% done. Hopefully, next Tuesday will be 90%. So we are ready. As we stand here, we are. I mean, the speakers are ready, the venue is ready. My temptation is ready. Those coming, you have nothing to worry about. We are going to make sure you enjoy, you sit, relax. We have a drama. This time around, we are not doing sports, field events. We want to change the narrative a bit, so we are doing drama just to speak on the team as well. So there's going to be a drama that day that will speak about the team to the audience. So we are ready.
Amazing. Guys, I'm wishing you the very best. The way your lecturer is smiling, it looks like Charlie. 90. Max Well, that's it. That's the team from University of Education Winneba, and they have a really, really great program coming up in the month of April. You want to look out for that, and we're wishing them the very best. My name is Razak Musbat. This has been Prime Sports, and we'll be back same time tomorrow. Do have a wonderful evening.